Education Secretary promises teacher staffing relief. Suspect in custody following grim discovery of missing child. And protecting our children from the inside out. Good evening. I am Nicole Williams-Wilson, and you're locked into Tobago Updates Television News for Monday, 8 June 2026. Now to our top story. The Division of Education has committed to resolving the ongoing teacher shortage in Tobago's primary school by next term. Education Secretary Orlando Kerr announced today that documentation has been sent to the Teaching Service Commission to address systematic vacancies. The announcement came during his address at the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Tobago District 86th Teachers Get-Together and Awards Ceremony held at the Tobago Nutrition and Cooperative Society Building. Jules Green George has the report.
Primary schools across Tobago could soon see complete staffing relief. Education Secretary Orlando Kerr says the division has advanced paperwork to fill existing vacancies, acknowledging the heavy administrative burden current principals bear.
And that is why we at the division have committed to doing our best to fix the staffing issues at our primary schools in Tobago. At this time, we have already sent all necessary documentations to the Teaching Service Commission.
The division is also addressing structural administrative challenges. Kerr noted that a part-time commission slows teacher placement across the nation's 8 educational districts. He urged tutor to lobby for policy updates to eliminate hiring backlogs.
And with the challenges and all of what we face in our classrooms, we have a part-time commission. And that creates a problem when you have a part-time commission to treat with the issues of 8 educational districts across Trinidad and Tobago.
Beyond staffing, infrastructural updates are moving forward. The division plans to transition to resilient plastic furniture to combat the island's chronic termite and sea blast issues. Funding is secured with implementation targeted for September. Kerr also confirmed that the long-awaited contract for the construction of the new Scarborough Secondary School will be awarded this year.
I'm proud to say that Tobago has become fully autonomous, not the THA, in the conduct of its elections. We train our election personnel right here on the island.
Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
A 26-year-old Palo Seco man is in police custody tonight as investigators continue inquiries into the circumstances surrounding the death of 12-year-old Mercedes Lane of Los Iros, Erin. Grief continues to hang heavy over the community tonight. 12-year-old Mercedes Lane will never return home or to her Standard 4 classroom. According to the TTPS, her body was discovered lying face down along the well-accessed road around 6:43 a.m. by an oil company employee. This devastating end came hours after her grandfather placed her in a vehicle heading home around 11:30 a.m. on Saturday, June 6th, but she never arrived. A desperate overnight search was triggered by worried relatives and police officers after she was reported missing to the police around 4 p.m. Using CCTV footage, investigators tracked the vehicle to Beach Road in Palo Seco, where they located it abandoned at 1 a.m. Sunday, June 7th. Forensic teams have since photographed, processed, and towed the vehicle to the Erin Police Station as a primary piece of evidence. The Homicide Bureau of Investigation continues to search for answers and a motive. Both the Police Service and the National Council of Parent Teachers Association are offering deep condolences as they stand in solidarity with a family facing unimaginable pain. Trinidad and Tobago is a nation in collective mourning tonight, wrestling with a painful reality that stretches across our waters. from the tragic murder of 12-year-old Mercedes Lane in Erin to the harrowing homicide of investigation of 2-year-old Angelo Tobias Plaza in Goodwood. Our twin island nation is facing an urgent crisis of child security. AMPLIA Balgobing has more.
Two recent tragedies have shattered the country's collective peace, exposing a sobering pattern in how we view child safety. In Tobago, a massive multi-agency search for young Angelo ended in a homicide investigation centering on a domestic caregiver. Days later, in South Trinidad, the body of Aryan RC school student Mercedes Lane was discovered on Carapal Road. She had vanished after stepping into a vehicle for what was supposed to be a routine drop-off home with someone known to her family. These concurrent tragedies completely upend the traditional myth of stranger danger. Reality dictates that the vast majority of crimes against minors are committed not by outsiders, but by individuals who have already gained access to the household or to the family's inner circle. The immediate shift must move away from passive trust towards strict, proactive, preventative measures. This means implementing uncompromised triple-check protocols for child transit, thoroughly vetting every single individual given unsupervised access to minors, and teaching older children explicit boundaries regarding personal safety, even around relatives and close family friends. While the Homicide Bureau continues its work to bring absolute justice for both Angelo and Mercedes, the mandate for the rest of the nation is clear. We cannot just police our streets, we must protect our homes. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am AMPLIA Balgobing.
Up next, THA requests $109 million for the supplemental budgetary allocation.
My name is Carpage. I'm the head coach of St. Jago High School boys track and field team.
My name is Joseph Small. I am the head coach of the girls female program. Preparing an athlete is not just running on the track. You have the mental aspect, you have the nutrition aspect, and you have the support and the motivation. So there's a lot of factors that we have to look into, and we have to try to see how best we can deal with them as best as possible.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
The Caribbean is more than just a place. It's a spirit, resilient, vibrant, and full of possibility. It's who we are and the heart of everything we do. For over 150 years, we've been right here, invested in the Caribbean, its people, and its progress. And today, we're going even further. We're deepening our commitment to the region, continuing to invest in the networks, services, and digital solutions that move Caribbean businesses forward. Whether you are a mid-sized business or multinational player, we bring you resilient connectivity, personalized service, and tailored IT solutions, all powered by local teams that truly have your back. We're here to help you navigate challenges, grow, and achieve your goals with practical solutions, reliable networks, and a partnership rooted in trust and your long-term success. Liberty Business, rooted in the Caribbean, committed to you.
Step out of my dreams to my real life. 'Cause girl, I wanna know you feel like, yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align, yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibe, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago updates. On the screen, here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big station to the Tobago line. We bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates. Tobago updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Anywhere. Island love, criminal around you. Yeah. Picking lock on to the rhythm start. Tobago updates. Caribbean art. Caribbean art.
Thank you for staying with us. A $109 million demand is now on the table. Tonight, the Tobago House of Assembly is calling on the central government for a major mid-year cash injection to shore up the island's finances. Finance Secretary Petalyn Roberts confirmed the details to Tobago Updates Television News ahead of the upcoming local budget day. Jewel Green George has more.
A mid-year supplemental budget request is for additional funds for government spending past midway through any given fiscal year. It's a financial course correction after the government has set their main annual budget, which will now cover unexpected expenses or shifting priorities that have arisen before the year's end. Last year, Tobago was allocated to receive $2.96 billion in the 2025-2026 national budget presented in October 2025. And according to Finance Division Secretary Petalyn Roberts, this year's THA supplemental budget request, following consultations with the Finance Minister Devendranath Tanku, will total $109 million. When she spoke to Tobago Updates Television News, Secretary Roberts broke down the allocation. Quote, $74 million to meet arrears due to teachers, $15 million to meet expenditure related to the completion of the new terminal of the ANR International Airport, and $200 million to meet expenditure related to the reconstruction of the Scarborough Secondary School. This request was later reduced to $20 million after discussions with the Minister of Finance, Devendranath Tanku, due to the fact that we are approaching the final quarter of fiscal 2026. The Secretary further explained that the reduced allocation will cover essential engineering and architectural design works for the facility. Secretary Roberts said the total school reconstruction project requires an estimated $250 million over multiple fiscal periods, a figure that is $150 million less than the $400 million initially estimated for the reconstruction of the new Scarborough Secondary School plant. Roberts expressed optimism for the funds, but noted that the Prime Minister and the Finance Minister hold final approval. The Tobago House of Assembly will make its budget request for fiscal 2027-2028 on June 22nd, while the legislative budget debate is set for June 25th, 2026. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Tobago business community is demanding hard data before supporting any extension of the state of emergency. Following Sunday's announcement by the Office of the Attorney General that the Prime Minister will seek an extension in Parliament on Wednesday, local commerce leaders are warning against measures that disrupt the economy without offering long-term solutions. Tobago Updates reporter Jewel Green George has this story.
As the Prime Minister prepares to take a motion to the House of Representatives on Wednesday, June 10th to extend emergency powers, the Tobago Division of Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce is breaking its silence. Division President Curtis Williams states that while the Chamber prioritizes safety, the administration must justify ongoing restrictions with empirical data rather than political perception.
Simple. We support whatever measures is necessary to keep citizens and business safe, provided that those measures are justified by evidence and are proportioned to the threat and do not unnecessarily impede on economic activity.
The corporate sector remains deeply concerned about the economic fallout of prolonged emergency powers. Williams underscores the short-term dip in crime statistics do not equate to a sustainable security environment for business operations.
The Chamber is also careful to distinguish the difference between perception and empirical evidence. Whilst crime statistics released by the authorities may indicate reduction in certain categories of crime.
Instead of relying on temporary relief, Tobago's business leaders are calling for structural institutional changes. They argue that true safety comes from strengthened intelligence operations and policing, not standard emergency decrees.
The SOE in itself may be a short-term measure, but it is not a substitute for a comprehensive national crime strategy. The real test is whether the reduction in crime can be maintained after the SOE. I always said that. Business are looking for sustainable safety and not a temporary relief.
This business critique lands just as Parliament prepares to debate the Finance Bill 2026, which will be laid on June 10th. While that bill proposes harsher criminal penalties, the Chamber maintains that policy execution and transparent data are what the private sector needs to survive. Jewel Green George, Tobago Updates Television News.
It is World Ocean Day, a global checkpoint to honor our seas. But tonight, right here in Tobago, that celebration is being met with a sharp reality check as our pristine marine ecosystem fight for survival. A sweeping global crisis has breached our shores, leaving fragile underwater habitats severely compromised right in our backyard. According to Barry Lovelace, Director of Marine Resources, the time for passive conservation is officially over. For a look at the high-stakes battle to rescue Tobago's reef, we go to AMPLIA Balgobing.
The planet's oceans are facing repeated environmental strain, with temperature surges repeatedly threatening underwater communities. According to Barry Lovelace, the global impact on coral reefs has been severe, and Tobago's waterways carry the scars of these global terminal shocks.
Reefs around the world are in crisis. It's not a Tobago unique situation. In fact, the last mass bleaching event or major bleaching event happened over a period from 2023 up till 2025, where 2024 was like the peak of it, right? And the records show that up to 80%, over 80% of corals were impacted by this event, coral bleaching event, I should say. Tobago was not spared.
While the damaging effects devastated approximately 80% of corals worldwide, the struggle extends beyond the reefs themselves. Local conservation efforts emphasizes that protecting Tobago's marine environment means safeguarding entire reef communities, including reef fishes and the delicate systems spread along our shores. Yet, amidst the concern, natural resource managers believe the island is positioned to lead recovery initiatives.
The situation in Tobago here presents is hope that yes, we can turn things around. We can manage our slice of that precious resource that God has blessed Tobago with, or resources, because it's not just a reef.
Management strategies are underway to bring stability back to the marine regions, aiming to ensure sustainable stocks and regenerated coral structures for future generations. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am AMPLIA Balgobin.
Rising waters means rising risk, and tonight Tobago's pets are on the front line of the wet season. Health officials are warning that the current deluge is triggering a dangerous spike in animal health emergencies around the island. From contaminated puddles to severe seasonal infections, the threat is to our companion animals is very much real. AMPLIA Balgobing reports.
With the rainy season now underway across Tobago, the drop in temperature brings a welcome relief from the heat, but it also triggers a dangerous surge in environmental moisture. Local veterinarian Dr. Daniel John Jack is warning that this climate shift creates the perfect breeding ground for parasites and deadly viral outbreaks among domestic pets.
During the rainy season, we do have a couple issues that we face with pet animals, not just dogs, but cats also. We have, with the increase in the rainfall, we have increase in moisture, so it means that we do have an increase in flea and tick issues where dogs and cats are concerned. But selected with dogs, we do have an increase with parvo and leptospirus.
While external parasites like fleas and ticks pose as an immediate nuisance, the real threat during these damp months lies in highly contagious pathogens. Chief among them is parvovirus, a resilient disease that thrives in wet conditions and presents a critical risk to young unprotected animals.
Parvovirus is one of the viruses that pet owners are very common with. It is more so what we would see with puppies, right? So it is more so a puppy disease. It is one of the diseases that we vaccinate puppies against. So when they usually would start vaccines at 6 months old, 6 weeks old, sorry. And it will go every 3 to 4 weeks until they're 20 weeks old.
Jack emphasizes that early detection is the only way to prevent a fatal outcome. Pet owners must remain hyper-vigilant and monitor their animals closely for sudden changes in behavior or severe physical distress.
Owners would notice things like vomiting, diarrhea, which tends to progress into bloody vomit and diarrhea. And then the dog tends to be a little bit more lethargic than usual, meaning that it's not as playful or active as it usually would be. And those would be your early signs of parvo.
She stresses that parvovirus and leptospirosis is entirely preventable through routine preventive care. Pet owners are strongly urged to review their animals' vaccination records immediately and restrict young puppies from roaming outdoors until they have completed their full inoculation schedule. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am AMPLIA Balgobin.
The news will continue in a moment, but why wait? You can follow every story, every update all the time, join the conversation, and find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. Don't miss a beat. We'll be right back.
From the reef to the road. From the reef to the road. Tobago calling. Sweet vibes, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago Updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh. Tobago Updates. On the screen, there we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big station to the rabbit hole line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago Updates. Tobago Updates. Carnival 2026. We said the pace. Wave your flag. Anywhere you're there. Island love trimming all around you. Big king love, come see the rhythm start. Tobago Updates, Caribbean art. Step out of my dreams to my real life. 'Cause girl, I wanna know you feel like, yeah. Come closer to me, let the stars align, yeah. In the middle of the night, you bring the sunshine. Miss Lady, she have a pot on the fire, burn a flame when she cooking.
Sofa Factory is here in Tobago. Conveniently located Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Scarborough. Up to 20% off on select sofas for customization. Deals on some sofas from as low as $4,000 until stocks last. 10% off on all wardrobes. Half off on shower heads with the purchase of a vanity set. Come in and experience the new way to shop for furniture and see the quality in person.
Welcome back. The countdown to the 2026 Tobago October Carnival is officially on, and the mass camps are already hitting the ground running. Just 1 week after the official launch of the festivals, masqueraders got their first taste of the upcoming road experience as 2 brand new bands unveiled their presentation packages on Friday night. With the island gearing up for an intense carnival season, Luxora and Fever Mass became the very first bands to reveal their designs to the public. AMPLIA Balgobin has the details.
The first first wave of masquerade bands has officially launched for the 2026 Tobago October Carnival. Just 1 week after the festival's official launch, both Luxora and Fever Mask unveiled their presentation packages on Friday night, marking the very first bands to reveal their costumes for the upcoming season. Luxora hosted its launch at the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort. Band leader Cindy Dick was visibly emotional as she expressed her deep connection to the project, noting that she has been conceptualizing this vision since Tobago Carnival was established 5 years ago.
So the idea behind the band launch was really bringing something really powerful to Tobago. It was bringing something home, something that I was passionate about. Sorry, I'm very emotional about this, because it's something that I've been planning since the inception of Carnival, which was 5 years ago. And I have looked at what was offered to the people of Tobago, my people of Tobago, and I honestly wanted to bring greatness, culture, love, family. Luxora is all about family.
Luxora would be making its debut in the Tobago Carnival space this year, presenting a diverse lineup that features 7 distinct categories for masqueraders. Meanwhile, Fever Mask also made its official entry into the Tobago Carnival Arena on Friday night, hosting its costume launch at Anchor's Bar and Grill. Similar to Luxora, Fever Mask is stepping onto the festival stage for the first time, expanding the options available for masqueraders for this October. Reporting for Tobago Updates Television News, I am AMPLIA Balgobin.
It was a tough but spirited campaign in the Sister Isle for the TG Titans as the 2026 Cricket Tour of Tobago came to an end. Facing a relentless home side, the visitors showed plenty of fight but ultimately succumbed to a 3-match sweep by the Club Crusoe's Cuisines representative. We have the details in this sports wrap.
The tour bowled off in Mariah with 35 over thrill. The Titans set a massive target, posting 238 runs. Skipper Devon Nandan led from the front with a brilliant 91, supported by Fiz Yamin's 62, but the headlines belonged to the youths. 17-year-old Darius Batu Singh ripped through the Titans, taking a spectacular 5 for 28. In reply, Jason Prasad's 53 and Israel Mother's 49 propelled the Cuisines to victory in just 27 overs, with man of the match Batu Singh returning with the bat to smash 32 not out. Match 2 shifted to Shaw Park against a powerhouse Tobago Legends mix. Former Red Force under-19 skipper Orlando James hit 49 and current Red Force reserve Dijon Charles added 41 to push the Legends into 182. The Titans' Anad Baharat was absolute magic with the ball, capturing a stunning 6 wickets for just 20 runs. Sadly, the Titans' chase crumbled for 118 despite small fights from Mahadu and Nandan. Orlando James bagged 3 for 14 to seal his man of the match performance at the presentation. Organizers thanked sponsors and counterparts, celebrating a tour that, despite the scoreboard, proved a massive success for Inter-Island sporting camaraderie. Reporting for Tobago Updates Sports, I am AMPLIA Balgobin.
Despite entering the wet season, Tobago is facing a severe crisis. Dry conditions and a major lack of rainfall have left the island's primary reservoirs under critical strain. While WASA pushes for conservation and looks towards desalination, everyday residents are facing the squeeze. We took to the streets to hear how Tobagonians are coping with the worsening water shortage.
Well, what I feel, yes, we're having a problem with water shortage, but what I say is that WASA needs to upgrade. Because they just work hard, you know. They just work hard, but they just need to upgrade their system, that is all.
Could put things together. Sometimes the tank run low because the length of time they don't send the water. So, I mean, if they could just inform us a little more often, I think things could be better.
Find some way to give people water like every other day or something, because if you have a tank, yes. But remember, if you're in you're using the water to do every little thing in the house, right? So water does go down fast. So even if it's every other day, put some in, in every district every other day, let people get water, because water is something essential.
Right. Well, the only thing I could say right now is that they could inform the customers of a more efficient time so they could work with a schedule. Because we understand the dry season and there would be water shortages, and bring it at a time that most people are up so they'll be able to use it.
Be more around in the area, check where water is coming out and do something immediately. Yeah.
I live in the government house area, but me personally, I have a tank now, boy. And even with the shortage of the water not even coming heavy enough to fill up the tank now. So we frustrated. And what Wassa could do better, I think informing the public is what is important, as well as clearly the situation is much deeper than what we think it is and what we
The weather report when we return.
Nice.
If I have to call a supervisor one more time to sign off on a customer because their financials are in a mess, I will scream.
Don't scream in a bank. That have lockup in it.
It's either they're not registered properly, or you know what? We could just forget about annual returns, right?
Compliance is a bad word to most of them. All your compliance out of here. But let me eat.
What is wrong with Trinbagonians? I mean, it has so much help they could get out there.
Well, Trinis, we don't like to spend we money.
But you know what? Be comfortable with losing we money. That make it any financial
What people should do is call Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago.
Wait, what? Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago?
Anderson in Trinidad and Tobago Tax and Accounting Services. Yeah, they offer help from registering your business to filing your tax. My lunch is over.
Wait, tell me more.
No, go and scream in the bank. You go and scream in the bank.
No, I don't get one sooner.
My name is Carpage. I'm the head coach of St. Jago High School boys track and field team.
My name is Joseph Small. I am the head coach of the girls female program. Preparing an athlete is not just running on the track. You have the mental aspect, you have the nutrition aspect, and you have the support and the motivation. So there's a lot of factors that we have to look into, and we have to try to see how best we can deal with them as best as possible.
Be viewing Caribbean Medical TV on this station.
From the reef to the road, Tobago calling. Sweet vibe, sweet wine, everybody falling. We bring the culture straight to you. Tobago updates, we keeping it true. Oh gosh, Tobago updates on the screen. Here we go. You're home for October, carnival show. From the big stage shine to the Babylon line, we bring Tobago to the world in real time. Tobago updates, Tobago updates. Carnival 2026, we set the pace. Wave your flag, anywhere you're there, anywhere. Island love, streaming all around you. Big thing love, come see the rhythm start. Tobago updates, Caribbean art.
Sofa Factory is here in Tobago. Conveniently located Montessori Drive, Glen Road, Scarborough. Up to 20% off on select sofas for customization. Deals on some sofas from as low as $4,000 until stocks last. 10% off on all wardrobes. Half off on shower heads with the purchase of a vanity set. Come in and experience the new way to shop for furniture and see the quality in person.
Welcome back. Now for a look at the weather update from the Trinidad and Tobago Met Office. Tonight will be mostly fair but hazy apart from a few brief showers. The minimum temperature is forecast to be around 25 degrees Celsius at Piarco and 26 degrees Celsius at Crum Point. Tomorrow, Tuesday, June 9th, 2026, will be sunny, hazy and breezy at times despite a few afternoon showers. Night will be fair but hazy with a few showers likely from early morning. There is a moderate concentration of Sahara dust present in the atmosphere. Persons who are sensitive to this change in air quality are advised to take the necessary precautions. The maximum temperature tomorrow is expected to reach around 32 degrees Celsius at Piarco and 31 degrees Celsius at Crum Point. Seas will be moderate, with waves up to 2.0 meters in open waters and below 1.0 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise tomorrow will be at 5:43 a.m. and sunset at 6:27. And that's all the time we have for tonight's Tobago Updates News. Have a great night. Let's recap the headlines. Education Secretary promises teacher staffing relief. Suspect in custody following grim discovery of missing child. And protecting our children from the inside out.